Hi, welcome to PrimeTime Pickleball. My name is Jordan Briones, and in today's video, we're gonna talk about how to capitalize on your opponent's dead dinks. Let's jump right in. All right, before we get started, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed to this channel, and also hit that little bell icon so that you could be notified every time we release a new video. Like I said, in this video, we're gonna be talking about capitalizing on your opponent's dead dinks. Now, in a previous video, we talked about dead dinking, and basically a dead dink is a dink that you hit that has little to no spin on it, and it sits up a little high, and it does not press or put any stress on your opponents at all. Okay, so these are definitely dinks that we want to stay away from, and we also want to do the most we can to force our opponents to hit us dead dinks. So here I am, we're both at the kitchen line, my wife Katrina and I'm just gonna basically give you an example of hitting some dead dinks. And as you start off in the game of pickleball, when you're a beginner and moving up through that intermediate phase, what you're gonna do is you're gonna notice that dinking is super important, and also consistency is king, right? You wanna be really consistent with your dinks, and you always wanna make sure that you make as many dinks as you can so that your opponent can make error. But the only thing with this is once you move into more advanced levels of play, you don't wanna just hit these dead dinks like I talked about earlier, okay? So what I'm gonna do in this video is I'm going to show you 3 things that you can do with your opponent's dead dink. And to start off, I'm gonna first talk about the absolute worst thing that you can do when you receive a dead dink. And I'm gonna show you right here. Here we go. All right, so there you go. Those are a few dead dinks that I received from Katrina right there. And what did I do? I sent dead dinks back. That's the number one absolute worst thing that you can do as a player when you receive a dink with no spin and it doesn't press or stress you at all. Now let's go over the 3 things that you wanna do or that you could do. These are the 3 options that you have available to you when you receive a dead dink. All right, so the number one thing that you can do when you receive a dead dink is to hit an aggressive or offensive dink. All right, like we just saw right there, you do not want to hit another dead dink back at them, because you just wasted that opportunity. So instead of hitting that dead dink, what I'm going to focus or think about is I'm going to want to make them move. Wherever they're leaning, or let's say they are in the middle of the court, I want to hit it way to their forehand, closer to the sideline or towards the middle of the court. Make them hit a backhand and reach, okay? So I'm going to be moving them around laterally, left to right. So I also want to force them to volley the ball as well, okay? I want to experiment and send them deeper dinks and more shallow dinks and mix it in, okay? So in this example, number 1, I want to hit aggressive offensive dinks, and I'm going to show you the difference of hitting aggressive and offensive dinks. All right, so like you just saw right there, I don't want to hit that dead dink back, okay? I really want to make my opponent work really hard, moving them laterally to the left and to the right and up and back. And also you saw there, I'm using different spins so that they don't get the same ball every time. All right, so now let's jump into the second thing that you can do when you receive a dead dink. All right, if I get a dead dink, you know, another option is for me is to attack, right? These dinks are sitting up a little bit high. Now I'm gonna put a little bit of topspin on it to try to keep it in, or jam them on their dominant side, right? Try to get them to do that chicken wing. Attacking is a really good thing to make your opponents feel uncomfortable, and you wanna constantly put that in your game so that your opponents don't know what's coming. Okay, here we go. All right, so now let's jump into the third thing that you can do when you receive a dead dink. But before that, remember, if you're not subscribed to this channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you're liking this content, hit that like button. That really helps us out. All right, so now let's jump into the third thing that you can do when you receive a dead dink, and it's a lob, okay? An offensive lob from the non-volley zone. Now remember, these dead dinks are not pressing you in any way, so you should be set up for the ball, and that means your accuracy for any of the shots you hit is going to be much better than if you were stressed or pressed in any way. So Katrina here is going to hit me a couple of dead dinks, and I'm going to throw an offensive lob. Okay, here we go. All right, so there you go. That's the third option that you have available to you when you receive a dead dink. Remember, those are the three things, right? You can hit offensive and aggressive dinks, you can speed it up and attack them, or you can lob them. When you have these three different options and your opponent has to be worried about all of them, it makes it really hard for them to know what you're gonna do next. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like.
Thanks so much for watching. For more free video lessons, please visit PrimetimePickleball.com. But before you head on over there, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you don't miss out on any future videos. Also, for PrimeTime Pickleball shirts like this and other great apparel, please visit PTPgear.com.